Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope you are fine. Today I am going to deliver my lecture on the fundamental human rights adopted by the United Nations. Why the Declaration of Human Rights adopted by the United Nations for the fundamental human rights, which is adopted by the United Nations 10 December 1948. Just to establish a peace and security in the world and creating an environment suitable to the preservation of human rights and liberties. Fundamental rights which every person as a human being and not merely a citizen should enjoy have been elaborately enlisted in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. These rights are as follows. Number 1, equality. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and honor, and all the citizens are equal in the eyes of law. Discrimination to be abolished. That all the human beings are born free and equal in dignity and honor. Discrimination to be abolished. That the discrimination, every person is entitled to all rights and the freedom in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, and all the person are equal, and the discrimination should be abolished on the basis of caste, color, and creed. What is right of self-preservation? That every person has the right to life, liberty, property, and the security. That the prohibition of slavery, that the slavery is prohibited, and that no person is the slave of others. All the human beings are equal. Prohibition of inhuman treatment. No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman or regarding treatment or punishment. Equality before law. All the citizens are equal before law. There is no difference among the human beings. Right of legal defense. Everyone charged with a penal offense has the right to be presumed innocent and until proved guilty according to law in a public trial, at which he has had all the guarantees necessary for his defense. Right to family and the private life. Then all the person have a right shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his family, home, or correspondence, not to attack upon his honor and the reputation. Right to free movement and residence. Everyone has the right to freedom of movement and the residence within the borders of each state. Right to family life. Every person has the right to freedom of movement, and every person has a right, whether he is man or the woman, full of age, without any limitation due to race, nationality, or the religion, have the right to marry and to found a family. Right of property and ownership. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with other person. Right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. Every person has a right to freedom of thought, that he can express his opinion regarding any system and the policies of the government. All the citizen can assemble at the political platform where they can discuss their problem. Every person has the right of religion, and that Muslims and the non-Muslims both can worship their religion. That the Muslim can go to the mosque and the Hindus can go to the temple just to worship their religion. Right to peaceful assembly. Everyone has the right to peaceful assembly and the association. That the political rights, the will of the people shall be the basis of the political authority of government. This is a right of all the citizens to choose their representatives. Right to get employment. This is a right of every person to get an employment according to his education, according to his ability. Right to leisure and the rest. That everyone has the right to rest and the leisure, including that the reasonable limitations of working hours and periodic holidays with pay. Right to basic necessities of life. Right to basic necessities of life. food, cloth, and shelter. This is the basic necessity of every person. So this is a duty of the state and government to provide all the basic necessities of life to all the human beings. Right to education. This is a right of every person to get education, and the compulsory education should be given by the state and the government to all the citizens. The last Hajj sermon. There is another topic, the last Hajj sermon and the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. United Nations Declaration of Human Rights is an excellent and the comprehensive document. But this is the replica of the last Hajj sermon, which were delivered by the Prophet, peace be upon him, in his last sermon, and the Khutbah Hujjatul Wida, in which the Prophet, our Prophet, peace be upon him, that mentioned all the rights of human beings. And when the Declaration of Human Rights, which were adopted by the United Nations, this is the replica of the last sermon of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. In contrary to this last sermon of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, that it sets forth the detail of the fundamental human rights, it also provides a mechanism to make their implementation possible. All Islamic states are duty bound to implement these rights, and all the Muslims are individually answerable to Allah in respect to them. All the fundamental human rights are given to the human beings according to the last sermon of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. And in December 1948, when the Declaration of Human Rights, which were adopted by the United Nations, and this is the replica of the last sermon of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. Now we have to discuss that this is the statement of human aspiration, and the last sermon of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, that it provided all the fundamental human rights, and it provided the detail of the fundamental human rights. Now we have to discuss the exercise of the chapter number 4. Fill in the blanks to make an appropriate statement. Number 1, that the Muslim. This is the answer of the first blank, the first blank of the president. Only a Muslim could be the president of the Pakistan under 1956 Constitution. Second, 1973. Islam was declared to be the state religion under 1973 Constitution. The Republic of Pakistan was renamed as Islamic Republic of Pakistan through an amendment under the 1962 Constitution. Number 4. Under the 1973 Constitution, only a Muslim could be the President of Pakistan. The Prophet, peace be upon him, remitted the interest offering on the debts run by his uncle Abbas bin Muttalib. Now the second part of the blanks. Number 1 blank, the 8th Amendment. Number 2, President. Number 3, Rabia bin Haris, and the Rabia bin Haris. Number 4, Holy Quran. Now the true and false statement. Number 1 statement is true. Number 2 false. Number 3 true. Number 4 false. Number 4 false, and number 5 true. Now the put right parts together. Here is the answer of the column A, that the number 1 is the 1st March 1949. This is the answer of the objective resolution, and the Lahore resolution, the March 1940. Number 3, the non-Arab, and the answer is Arab. Number 4, the standard of superiority, Taqwa. Number 5, the Magna Carta, the 1250. Here are the short questions and answers. There are the 5 short questions, and here I discuss the answer of the 5 short question. Number 1, that the defined Muslim according to 1973 Constitution. The answer is given on the page number 73. Answer is started from under this definition a person and the from to the last sentence of the paragraph as the non-Muslim minorities. Here I discuss all the answers of the short question. Short question number 1, and the answer is under this definition: a person who did not believe in the finality of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, ceases to be a Muslim. This point was further clarified by the Constitutional Amendment declaring Lahori and Qadiani sects of Mirzais as non-Muslim minorities. Now you have to underline the answer on the page number 73. And the number second, answer, and the question is: give an account of the measures taken after 1977 for Islamization of the financial matter. And the answer on the page, answer is provided on the page number 76. Answer: Nizam-e-Zakat was introduced in the country on June 20th, 1980, and the first contribution which was from on the part of the government, that the 2.25 billion was made by the government itself. Number second, from January 1st, 1981, banks and other financial institutions started a program of operating interest-free economy. Number 3, collecting and the distribution of ushur started from the Rabi crop in 1983. Number 3, that the question number 3. Short question number 3 is: what steps were taken by the Islamization of judicial laws after 1977? Islamic penalties were imposed, and the answer is provided on the page number 75. Islamic penalties were imposed on the crimes like drinking, stealing, adultery, and the false allegation of adultery. Number second, a federal Shariat code was established at federal level. Its status was equal to that of the High Court. Ulama and the experts of Islamic jurisprudence were appointed as judge at this court. Un-Islamic practices in the court procedure were abolished. Now the question number 4. Question number 4 is: compare and contrast Hujjatul Wida and the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. Question number 4. The answer is provided on the page number 88. And the answer is started that the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights is an excellent and the comprehensive document on the human rights. United Nations Declaration of Human Rights is simply a statement of the beautifully worded human aspiration and wishes. It is not supported by the moral, legal, or the executive authority. In contrary to this, the Hujjatul Wida, Sermon of the Prophet, not only set forth the detail of fundamental human rights, it also provides a mechanism to make their implementation possible. And then now the question number 5. Give two important characteristics of rights, and the answer is provided on the page number 80. Here we have to discuss the answer of two important characteristics of rights are on the page number 80. Answer is number 1, rights are the basic conditions of civilized life. Number 2, rights are uniform in nature. This implies that all citizens have equal rights. Now, answer of question number 1, long question number 1. Sovereignty of Allah. The answer is starting from the sovereignty of Allah to under 8th Amendment. Second, Islamic provision of 1956 Constitution. Give a detailed count of the Islamic provisions of 1956 Constitution of Pakistan. The answer is started from sovereignty of Allah to countries of the world. Answer is the answer should be underlined on the page number 71. Long question number 3. Give an account of the Islamic provisions of 1962 Constitution of Pakistan. on the page number 71 to 72. Answer is sovereignty of Allah to religious scholars and academics. Question number 4. Give an account of the Islamic provisions of 1973 Constitution of Pakistan on the page number 73 to 74. Answer started from sovereignty of Almighty Allah to Islamic fraternity. Question number 5. What happens if the balance between the rights and duties is not maintained? Discuss. On the page number, and the answer is provided on the page number. Answer started from what happens if duties are not fulfilled. Rights and duties are correlated to stand equal to 8. Long question number 6. Give an account of the obstacles in the way of Islamization and how, in your opinion, these can be removed. On the page number 78 to 79, answer is the objective resolution was passed to authoritative measures. Now the long question number 7. Enlist the salient features of the United Nations Charter of Human Rights on the page number 86, 87, 88, and the answer is fundamental human rights adopted by the United Nations, and the second part of the answer is the United Nations Organization to for the maintenance of peace. Now the long question number 8. Define rights and duties, explain their relationship to each other. On the page number 78, 80 and 81, rights and responsibilities, to English word right. Then the answer is started from claim of B on A is a duty. Long question number 9. Enumerate important human rights on the page number 82, 83. Answer is started from the natural rights to recall the elected representatives. Number 10. Fbise Hujjatul Wida is the most comprehensive charter of human rights discussed on the page number 83, 84, 85 and 86. And the answer is started from in Zil-Hajj 10 to Sunnah of his Prophet, peace be upon him. This is all about my lecture. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Allah.